morning, everyone. We're going to start off today with personnel. First, we have, what we're going to be discussing is the district hiring update, and our HR director will be leading us. That Ms. Mosley.
So tonight we're going to discuss a few items, retirements, resignations, new hires, benefits updates, advertising positions, talk with HR on Tuesdays, and current openings in our district. So I wanted to share a little bit of information about the retirements and resignations district-wide. So this graph shows you our PESPA group, our PEA. Other would be our cafeteria monitors, our recess aides, our nutritional service workers, our miscellaneous group, and then our administrators. So as you can see on this chart, the majority of our groups, the retirements and resignations, are trending down, which is a really positive piece of information. We don't have nearly the retirements and resignations that you can see from last year. So the next slide is our district-wide hires. Again, you can see the amount of employees that were hired from each one of our groups. So one of the things that I'll share is when you look at this chart, you see that we have new hires and then we have rehires. So some of our rehires could be those positions where there's a long-term sub in that position and they're coming back into a contracted position. So they're not a new employee to the district, but they would be rehired into that position. Or someone who might have filled a previous long-term sub position and now they're going to fill another long-term sub position for the district. Again, as you can see in our support staff, we are steadily hiring new employees. And I think it's very important to, and I will show this a little bit when we look at the current openings, to say the majority of our positions are filled. We are in really good shape starting this school year. Some of the places that we're advertising positions, and I think that this is just important to share, is CareerLink. So CareerLink, they are holding a job fair this coming Thursday in the morning at Quakertown, and HR will be participating in that job fair to help to hire some new support staff bases. We hire on Channel 69 News, Community Calendar, countywide job fairs. We also have advertised on the digital signs at American Federal Credit Union, Dairy Queen, the high school, our website, Facebook. We've put flyers out in the Percy Borough at some of the businesses in the borough. PA Reap and Handshake. So Handshake is a new platform that a lot of our colleges are leaning towards. They have these teachers coming out of the programs, they have them sign up for Handshake. You can hold job fairs directly through the Handshake platform. We can talk to students that are coming out of the teaching programs directly through Handshake via email. If we have a specific position that we're looking for, we can post it on their platform as well. So we've really been utilizing that Handshake platform to reach those college grads. LinkedIn, The Morning Call, News Herald, Penny Power, Pennridge job fairs. Pennridge job fairs, I really want to highlight. That is something that we started and has really been beneficial. It has really taken off. We have a great turnout for our job fairs here, and we plan to continue those job fairs. We also advertise on PSBA, yard signs, as well as our college fairs. So our college job fairs, we attended Bloomsburg, Bucks County Community College, East Stroudsburg, Millersville, Moravian, Penn State, and PERC. These college job fairs were, again, very successful. We hired 5 teachers from our college job fairs that we attended. Myself, Mr. Barrios, we attended the Penn State job fair. I was also able to work with Dr. Scheid and Mrs. Baker at the Millersville job fair. So it was really beneficial to be able to bring those principals along, that they're able to meet with these applicants and interview right on the spot and make sure we're getting highly qualified candidates for our position.
You touched it.
Oh, let me see that.
Okay, so I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to share a little bit about employee benefits. So we had 30 new teachers accept positions in the district. Out of those 30 new teachers, we had 15 enroll in benefits. We have 7 employees who we are still working with them to select their benefits, as well as we have 8 individuals who waived coverage, but 2 out of that 8 selected dental and vision only. So when you look at our district benefits, employees have the option to take medical and prescription, or they have the option to take dental and vision separately. So if you take medical, you have to take prescription. So right now on our medical and our prescription, we have 741 enrollments. On our dental plan, we have 761. And on our vision plan, we have 742. And then selecting the Madison long-term disability, we have 259 employees that have selected those plans. So something new to the district is talk to HR on Tuesdays. So we've heard a lot of feedback from community members, from staff members that have talked about the difficulties and the challenges with people from the community being able to get to the buildings during our business hours. So we are starting on October 24th, talk with HR on Tuesdays, so that it will be on-the-spot interviews for any of our positions that are posted. We are going to hold these every Tuesday from 3 to 5:30 here at the administration building. Another piece of this will be any volunteer that is looking to turn in their volunteer clearances and is unable to get to the district office during the workday will be able to come in on Tuesday evening and turn in their volunteer clearances. So open positions. So our custodial maintenance department only has 1 opening at this time. Our TAs and our PCAs, we have 1 opening at Grass, 3 PCA positions, the high school, Bedminster, and Siler. Our transportation department, we have 3 open runs, 3 open aides, and 1 mechanic for our transportation department.
Can I ask you a question on
Absolutely.
TAs? Was it like a year or 2 ago?
I can get that number for you.
Yeah, because I thought it was substantial.
It was. It was.
So that's excellent. I mean, well, I understood that it was really hard to get. You know,
It has been challenging.
and certainly,
The job fairs, the Pennridge job fairs that we've held here in our district have been very successful with
Great.
bringing in new applicants.
that's excellent. It's an inexpensive way to get people here,
Yes.
and it's awesome.
Professional staff, so we are looking for a librarian at Guth Elementary, an ELD teacher at Siler, West Rock, and Sellersville, and that is 1 position that would travel from each one of our elementary schools. We are looking for an instructional support teacher. It's a long-term sub position at West Rock, and a music and band short-term sub position at Central. So right now, today, we have 2 contract teaching positions open in the district. We do not have any administrative staff positions. We did have a few clerical positions over the summer, but all of those positions, as of last week, have been filled and people have accepted those positions. And then nutritional services, so we have a food service manager at Bedminster. We are always looking for nutritional service workers, and we will be reevaluating the needs of our nutritional service department once our director arrives on September 16th on Monday.
Tara, I just wanted to thank you so much for this. You and your team are amazing. I love how you put it's looking at the data and having it there and seeing where we were and where we are speaks volumes of what you are doing. Just when we went over like the advertising positions, I think it's great to show this because I didn't know half of these things and so much work that you guys are doing. It's not just one thing, and having it out there so everyone can see because people are like, what are they doing? What we know. And it is a lot, and you can tell with what with the open positions and just exactly what Ron said with the TAs, like that is huge. And also how proactive you're being with the new to HR, you know, come in on Tuesdays. And I've heard parents say, when can I bring in my clearances? And here we are, and there we go. You're doing it. You know what I mean? Like you're having not only your people coming in to do that walk-in, but listen, if you need a clearance, you can bring it in. So I really appreciate you showing all of this and all the effort, and you can tell the amazing work that you and your team are doing. So thank you very
Thank you.
much.
I concur. I'm hearing wonderful things about you and your team from teachers, just how happy they are that positions are being filled. They're just thrilled with the work you're doing, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's amazing where we've come. And I love the new ideas that we haven't done before is always a good thing. And it's made a huge difference compared to all the. So one challenge is to solve the transportation issue once and for all. Get a few. If we only have 3 open, I think that's a lot better than it was. So it's great.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you. So next we'll talk about the Director of Pupil Services job description.
So previously, we brought the Director of Student Services / Title IX Compliance Officer job description to you, and there was a request to add more information about the Title IX portion of the position. So as you can see on the back page, the second page of the job description, there were a couple of lines added regarding Title IX and the requirements for Title IX.
Where did they go?
So we worked with the solicitor's office to determine what requirements should be a part of the job description.
So I had just a question. I know, for example, something that I was interested in is like where our English language learners are in regards to like math skills and reading. Would that come into play? And that was just an example. Would that come into play with what Ernest would be doing? So would it be under his job description? Would that be under him? So I'm trying to see, I see that you, for example, like the number 4 where it's at, where you have demonstrate preparation and working with students from diverse cultural, economic, and ability backgrounds.
So the English language learners, that would fall under the Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. Jenna Vitale works directly with Dr. Scheid and those English language learners.
So that would go there, okay.
Any other questions regarding the Title IX components added to the job description?
Not the Title IX ones, but some of the ones under the essential duties. Number 4, where we said demonstrates preparation working with students from diverse ethnic. And this might not be this role either, along Carolyn's point, who is responsible for just watching our data, taking a look at how things are going, whether it's like boys versus girls, gender rate, all those things, to see like, is there anything we need to look into? Like who is responsible for that?
I think that would fall under the responsibility of Dr. Scheid, Assistant
Dr.
Superintendent.
Scheid?
Yes,
Okay.
for teaching and learning and assessment. So if you're asking specifically to monitor, for example, benchmark or assessment data, we can further disaggregate those metrics and share it with the public. In fact, we're planning to do that in October.
Lovely. And about things like discipline, school attendance, things like that. like
Well,
just-
and that could maybe fall under Dr. Palmer as well.
Okay.
So when you're getting into discipline, because he's the director, of administration.
Okay.
See?
Any more questions? We good? Okay. So the next personnel committee is scheduled for October 21st.
Thank you.
You?
Next will be facilities.
No public comment.
No public, no public.
We still live? We're still rolling.
Boom.
I apologize. Let's bring the facilities meeting to order. I will jump in now and see if I can take control of this. We have a change order for a Barker allowance credit. Sean, you want to handle that, or Mr. Harper?
Gladly. So what you have for consideration in front of you are allowances. This is what was built into the contract. And this is in case something came up over the summer that didn't require board action. Things like some additional inlet tops were needed as part of the construction project of paving is the project specifically. There were a few additions which took away from the allowances, but the net credit back to the district is $27,115. Any questions?
So 27, what was the, how much padding was it in there?
So total, I don't have the total amount, but we deducted, I'm gonna say, 25,000 from that total.
Okay.
So over the period of time between the awarding of the contract and actual start, some things deteriorated, so to make sure we got a great project out of this. And I was part of that process to say we need to do this. Some things were added to make it a good project.
Any other questions, Mr. Harper, on that subject?
No.
Hearing none, moving on to obsolete items for review. Sean Delbert.
Okay, obsolete for this month. We have Bedminster Elementary School has two lists of textbooks. The first list is social studies mainly, and then the second list is science textbooks. These are all no longer being used and need to be cleaned out of the building. Next, we have Guth Elementary School. They have an old scale that's no longer usable, and that will go to scrap. They have various pieces of equipment, some merge cubes, some thermometers, and some plastic measuring cups, all not used anymore. That'll go to public surplus. And then they have an old library table that no one in the district wants. We checked, and that will go to scrap. Moving on to Siler Elementary School, we have some technology items there that are out of date and can't be used anymore, so we'll sell them on public surplus. At Grass Elementary School, we have a piano that's no longer needed in that building, so we'll put that on municipal bid. We did check with all the other buildings along with the music coordinator to see if that's needed anywhere else in the district, and it's not. And then finally, for North Middle School, we have a list of textbooks that are no longer needed, and we'll be getting rid of those through public surplus or donation if we can't sell them. Okay?
Any questions for Mr. Delbert? Hearing none, our next Facilities Committee meeting is scheduled for October 21st, 2024.
All right, we'll just keep going to finance. I'll bring the finance meeting to order.
No public comment.
What's that? No public comment. Very light agenda. And we'll start off with contracts for approval. Sean?
Yes,
you like that?
yes, sir. Okay, contracts this month, we have a handful. The first contract is a renewal, UHS of Doylestown, also known as Foundation Behavioral Health. This contract provides behavioral health services for our students from August 29th through June 30th of 2025. There's daily rates listed in the appendix. And our students that are at this location for mental health treatment are also educated there. So our cost is for the educational services that they receive while they're at the placement in this location. So we're responsible for the cost of the education as always. Next is pediatric therapy services. This is an addendum to our contract that's already in place for services from this contract. This is to add speech therapy for $77.49 per hour. We're a little bit short for speech with our current staff, and this is how we're going to supplement it. Next one is a settlement agreement for a student identified as 2025-06. Following that is Market Street Sports Group. This is a renewal of the sponsorship agreement for the PERC for the press box at Hellman Field. It's $5,000 per year for a 3-year period for that sponsorship.
Sean, I have a question.
Mhm.
That, so how did the PERC know to do it, and do other restaurants or businesses around have an opportunity?
Yes, so Market Street Sports is the company that we use that they've been working with us for a number of years, and they solicit businesses in our area to sell the marketing opportunities. As you know, Grandview Health has been a big player in that. They sponsor a number of spaces here in the district, and the PERC has jumped in to sponsor the press box, and this is their second contract, so this is a renewal, their second go around, so they're a great partner for us also.
But we're also looking for more, so if anyone's interested, please give us a call.
Letter E is Transbridge Lines. This is a contract for North Middle School. This is for a student trip. I believe it's in January. Cost is $4,163 for, I believe it's 2 motor coaches to go to New York City with our students from North Middle School. And then finally, for contracts, I have Jumping Jubilee rentals for the South Middle School. For $1,539.70. And that is it for contracts for this year.
The question on pediatric therapy, you said that's because we have a shortage?
Yes, so we're a little bit short on speech pathology, speech services with our current staff. So we're filling that void with these folks.
Is there an
As needed.
outstanding position on that, or no, just, it's not enough to hire?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next item you have in your packet is an update on the 2022 property tax rebate program. This is the kind of a summary of the 4 years this program has been running. And it's 2022. It would have been for taxes paid in 2022, filed in 2023 to the state, and then the rebate paid by Pennridge School District from the period July 1st, 23 through June 30th, 24. So for us, it's really last year's rebate program. And this year we had 263 individuals file successfully for the rebate. The rebate total cost was $21,338.88. You can see a breakdown of the number of the 263 by the amount of the rebate. And then you can compare that to the previous years. Last year we were extremely close to that total number, just less than $100 off of that. And last year we had 255 successful applicants, and this year we were up to 263. So the program is very steady over the 4-year period. Another interesting number on there that Jackie tracks is the new applicants each year. And so it's not always the same folks that
Yeah.
are applying. We have, the last 2 years, 50-some new applicants each year that are jumping into the program.
So why does it drop then? Because people don't renew? So some people, once you do it, don't you stay on there?
You have to file every year,
You do it.
just like you do for this, you have to file for the state each year, your PA 1000, to get your rebate for rent or property taxes from the state. And then we work off of that PA 1000. If the state approves your PA 1000 and gives you a rebate, you give us the PA 1000 plus our form filled out, and then you show us that this proof that the state paid you, then you automatically qualify for our program. So we really piggyback on the state. We let the state do the determination if someone qualifies or not.
Right.
If they qualify, then we'll give the folks a rebate also. So, okay. And the last item we have for finance tonight is we have the yearly stipends from the PESPA contract. So these stipends pertain to individuals who attained a rank, level, and a skilled trade position, or have obtained some type of certification that's required to perform their duties or their job. And they're within the PESPA contract, there's an amount of money that's then divided up and given out as a stipend. Kelly, you wanna?
Yeah, so this is something that I generate from my office, and a majority of these staff are in the operations department, maintenance particularly. So they get these stipends, and it helps us do less contracted services. So we're doing the work in-house because they've got these certifications to be able to do more work for us. So it's a benefit to the district overall.
Total cost is $6,804, and that's the pool money that's allowed. That's allowed within the contract, and then it's divided up based on the,
Right, certain criteria. And we've actually added some people to the list. It's not a perpetual list. There's some people who attained some certifications for us in the last year or two, so it's all good in that framework as well.
and this is for the last fiscal year, and then we'll pay it. We'll pay it now, but it's based on the folks we had in these positions with these certifications for the last fiscal year.
Right, they earned it over the last 12 months, and we pay it once they've completed 12 months.
Okay. That's all we have on the agenda.
That's all I have too. All right, the next finance committee meeting